What is up, guys? It is Carla here bringing you day number 17 of my 31 Days of Horror 2025, and today we have an oddball one here that was actually my friend Maddie's. Maddie unfortunately passed away back in June, and she had a lot of movies, a ridiculous amount of movies, and our friends Tim and Tom took them and sorted through them, and Tim decided to give me this one, and it's actually signed to Maddie by Mr. Genuine Nerd himself, Toby Radloff, and he is one of the stars of this movie, and that is Townies from, I guess, the year 1999. When you first look it up on the internet, it says 1997, then on IMDb it says it was released in 1999, and then I want to say I saw somewhere else 2002. So I'm just going with the 1999 since I go by what IMDb says. Yeah, this movie is essentially about a group of like just weirdos in this town, townies, if you will. Bunch of like just oddball characters here. You have Toby's character is like this dumpster diving type of loser guy, and then you have this girl who's mentally handicapped. You have these sort of town like bully type characters going on in this. And on the back here, I'm just reading, it says scenes to follow include necrophilia, marijuana smoking lesbians, that's a thing too, the sexual assault of a mentally challenged girl, and a dinner plate of skinned and cooked squirrels. Yeah, so you get all that in the movie, and yeah, I'd be lying if I said I did not enjoy it. This was filmed in black and white too, to make it all the more interesting, and it really gave me vibes of a movie like Clerks. Just kind of, I don't know if you want to call it like slice of life, because it's kind of, it's not realistic or anything like that. Again, like I said, there's necrophilia going on, there's like some questionable things going on that some people might be offended by in this, but you're kind of just following all these different characters and the weird things that they're doing in their life, and of course they kind of intermingle with each other at times as well. But I had a good time with it. It's like a comedy horror movie. It's like labeled as comedy on the back, but it's definitely comedy slash horror with the things that are going on. There's dead bodies and stuff, and other disturbing behaviors going on in the film. But the comedic parts I really enjoyed, especially by Mr., the genuine killer nerd, of course, that's who I'm talking about. He's probably my favorite part of he's definitely my favorite part of the film. He is just really funny with his line delivery, and his voice alone is iconic. And I kind of wish he would have got more of him, would be like my main complaint, is I kind of wanted just more scenes of him, because he kind of steals the show in every scene he is in. But the other characters are interesting too. Of course, the marijuana smoking lesbians, the mentally challenged girl who, she's like mute and has this doll, and then things kind of go from there. It's just wild. It's a wild film. There's a lot going on. And it's one where it's like there's not really like a cohesive plot. So yeah, it reminds me of like Clerks, like A Day in the Life, or even like Dazed and Confused, if you want to say it, where it's like you're following multiple characters and there are multiple little storylines, and then some of them cross paths and stuff like that. So I had a good time with it. If you like just weirdo movies like this, where you're just watching characters do oddball things, I really dig this cover as well. Then I would definitely recommend it. Of course, it's a low budget film, but they make do with what they have in it, and this is the way you do a low budget movie. You didn't really need much. You just needed like a neighborhood and a bunch of quirky actors, and there you go. So I gave this a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of a breath of fresh air from some of the movies I've watched recently. But again, like, if you're like easily offended by things, there's definitely some comments made in this, especially with like sexual assault and stuff like that, that might get under your skin a bit. But I'm the type, I don't really take movies to heart like that, so it didn't really bother me. But if you are bothered by that, maybe don't watch it. But anyway, 7 out of 10 for this one. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me here for day number 17 of my 31 Days of Horror 2025, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 18.